ingredients, and I tried not to eat too many fried ones, but I do love French fries with lots and lots and lots of ketchup. I do. Yes.
Thank you. There's been lots of rumors, and I was curious to know if by any chance you know if we'll see GLaDOS again in Portal 3?
You know what? You guys are the reason that I'm in Portal 2. You know that. The fans in general, because they weren't going to have me in Portal 2. They weren't. And they got so much flack about it that they realized we have to have her in there. And it's not that I'm really that difficult, but I think that they wanted to try something new, because as it was explained to me, they wanted to have Portal 2 really be a complete prequel. So Carolyn would have been in Portal 2, and I don't know that I would have voiced her, but that character would have been in Portal 2 as a prequel. But then they thought better about that, and they thought, no, we need to keep GLaDOS involved. And I'm so glad they did. So you know what I want all of you all to do? I want you to email Valve. I want you to email Valve and say, keep GLaDOS. Keep GLaDOS for Portal 3. I mean, you guys have to get me to retirement. You know that, don't you? I'm 58. I can't retire until I'm 65. So put the pressure on. Oh, well, it's moving up, but not for me, since I was born in 52.
Well, not for me either. The people who were
Okay, I know. And now I'm going to tell you how to vote. But I'm serious. You know, you all are very influential. Valve really listens to what the fans say. They really do. They pay attention. Yes, right back there.
I was just wondering if you have ever attempted to play any of the Valve games that you were in.
Oh, you guys, I would be so lame. But my husband, he's played some of Portal. He's really involved with Portal 2, and he is totally addicted to Half-Life 2. He is an addict of Half-Life 2, and now he's going back in Half-Life 2 and doing it again and seeing how fast he can do it. No, I mean, this is really, he's involved with this. But what I do, I don't play the games, but I sit behind him and I watch. So, yes, ma'am. Oh, and I love your costume. I must say I love your costume. I do.
What does GLaDOS really mean to you? Does she have some sort of meaning, or what do you look at her as, like, in past or part of your life?
Well, I think of GLaDOS as misunderstood. And I must say that I learned a lot of things about her with the writers creating Carolyn. And knowing how Carolyn becomes GLaDOS, I feel that Carolyn was misunderstood. Carolyn is forced into a position that she never counted on, she never wanted. And I see GLaDOS as trying to do, particularly in the first game, she's trying to do what she was programmed to do. And she was programmed to test. And that's what she was supposed to do. And if any humans were injured in the process, that was not her priority. She was trying to do what she had been programmed to do. I see her, and this is the actor talking, I see her as lonely, and I see her as enjoying her interaction with Chell, or the player. She enjoys the interaction, and she wants to best the player. You know, she wants to beat the player, but she wants the player to keep coming back for more. She wants the player to come back for more. So every time the player dies, it's like, you know, that spoils her fun. And I think in Portal 2, when she's awakened, I think she's very glad to see Chell again. Because I think she's been alone for a long, long time. So she's soulful. Yes, sir.
In Portal 2, what's your favorite personality core?
No, that's a great question. That's really a great question, but I actually don't think I'm qualified to answer it. I don't think I am. You know, that would be a good question to ask Eric Wolpaw. You know, you should ask Eric or Jay Pinkerton. And you know, both of those men, you know, the principal, Chet Folasek is the principal writer for the multiplayer game, you know, with blue and orange. What are their names? They've got wonderful, yes, wonderful names. God, I love that part of the game. And you know, there's going to be another add-on released very shortly, which I also love. That's going to come out soon. But Jay Pinkerton and Eric Wolpaw are both such nice guys. They're both very happily married. And Eric is a father. He has a little boy. And they're such wonderful, creative, imaginative people that... you know, it's very important to them. There was a lot of nervousness involved, more so with Portal 2 than even Portal. A lot of nervousness involved about the creation of the game because they didn't want to disappoint anybody. None of us did, because Portal was so popular, and it's like, well, how do you come back after a hit? How do you make another hit? But I think the guys did a great job. They're really wonderful writers, and the artists are so creative. I think it's so mysterious when, you know, the player comes through this jungle, this overgrowth, and comes through, and there's the destroyed GLaDOS. It's very dramatic. Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is something that has a lot of speculation on the internet. Everyone's having this terrible internet civil war, and it's crazy over it. And you might be the one to be able to answer this the best. In the end of the game, when GLaDOS says she deletes Carolyn, is Carolyn really in there somehow or somewhere? Or is Carolyn really gone forever?
We don't know. Ellen McLain doesn't think she's gone forever.
That's enough
because Ellen McLain trusts that GLaDOS can do pretty much anything she wants to do. So Ellen McLain feels that GLaDOS could find Carolyn again. I think GLaDOS likes Carolyn. And she learned some things from Carolyn, and that's why she had to delete it. Because she doesn't learn anything from anybody. But she did learn some things from Carolyn. I like the end of the game where she talks about what she learned from Carolyn. And she says, nope, can't have that, I'm deleting that. So it's a very good question. That would be another question for Eric Wolpaw and Jay Pinkerton. I mean, I have given you my opinion. Okay. Liz? I'm not avoiding you, but you did get to ask a question before, so, okay.
I think we all know what GLaDOS thinks of Wheatley. But
I said it enough.
But what was your opinion about the character? Has he sort of moved in on your role as the
I think it's a fabulous character. I think it's a fabulous character, and I think Stephen Merchant is an incredibly talented actor. And you know, he's a writer too. And you know, I am not a writer. I like to say that I'm an interpretive artist. Now, my husband is a writer. And I think, you know, they've had my husband, when he goes in to record Valve stuff, they have him improvise a lot of stuff. And I know that, you know, the guys at Valve told me that when they were in recording sessions with Stephen Merchant and J.K. Simmons, that those fellows did improvise a lot. But they're smarter than I am. Or, I don't know, something different.